All right, now joining us in the media center is Bob Tasca, who went to the provisional #1 in Funny Car with his run of 3.852, 324 miles an hour. If that holds, it will be Bob's 6th #1 this season, 15th in his career. Bob's 6 #1s in one season, phenomenal. You look at what it's already happened in the countdown. This will be your second #1 in the countdown. Last week you qualified 3rd with a career best. It seems like this time of year you guys are ready to kind of play, I guess.
Yeah, hey, listen, we've been working on this all season long. I actually started in testing, and we had to have the setup to go out here and run, with the big teams when the conditions were good. And we definitely had flashes of that early in the season. We worked on it when we could, when the conditions were good. And, you're just seeing this car run really hard. Aaron Brooks, Tato Kahara have a lot of confidence in the setup. And they were trying to run 85, and the car ran 85. I mean, this wasn't a fluke. They told me, if you can keep it on the inside till about half track and then pull it back slowly, normally you muscle a funny car. In this example, you're really just finessing it, and I kept it on the inside. Actually, it's amazing. It actually put a hole out right at half track. So that was a 7-cylinder race car. That's why the speed was down as much as it was. Probably would have run a little quicker than 85, and nice and smooth. There was probably more out there if you had another shot at it. But I don't normally like to make predictions, but I feel pretty good that I'm going to see you guys here tomorrow. Looking at the forecast, unless something really spectacular happens. So that run and that data we're going to kind of maybe put on the back burner, and we're going to pull out our Topeka and Brainerd runs where, we made some great runs. Obviously one Topeka in very hot conditions, and that's going to be what it's going to take to win on Sunday. And, we just hope, we can put ourselves in a position to run hard Sunday.
It's kind of rare in the countdown to have conditions like that, but how much confidence does it give you knowing that I think you referenced it in Reading, you've run well in cold and in hot. How much is that going to help?
Well, that's what it takes to win a championship. You can't be a one-trick pony, right? You got to be able to throw down when it's hot and be able to pull it back and still throw down, when it's cool. So, we'll go back to some of those runs that were pretty impressive when. You see that left lane, man? That's tricky. You got to keep that thing. Not many cars have gone down that left lane.
Right.
But no, I'm excited. What can I say? This is what we've worked all season for, is to put ourselves in a position to win. There's a lot of racing left, a lot of racing left. But with the way that NHRA has reset the points, as much racing there is in front of us, if you bobble the ball, you're way in the back. Mm-hmm. So, we're just happy to be in striking distance of this championship, and, it's going to go down to Pomona no matter what you do, I believe, out here in the next couple of races. We just want to be in the conversation.
So after your run, Aaron Brooks said on the starting line, that was really nerve-wracking, watching those other good cars go down there, and a lot of them didn't make it. Were you feeling nerves in the car?
Well, he came in, I have a great chemistry with Todd and Aaron, and he says, listen, he said, it's not easy, it's tricky, we're going to put you way on the inside, and I like to kind of know their thinking, so the tree looks very different depending on where you are on the lane. And he said, do the best you can to hug the center line until about half track. And not often do you get in the car and try to hug the center line, right? And I just did the best I could to keep it on the inside. I felt like it was really hooked up, and then once I went past half track, I kind of let it just drift back to the center of the racetrack, and it did exactly what they wanted it to do. So as a driver, I've always said, the only thing I can do is make the car go slower, right? So you just want to do the best you can to typically keep it in the center of the track, but in this example, we wanted to be on the inside line, and I think the cars that take that inside line have a better chance of going down that left lane.
Local question. I saw on social media, you seem to be a lot more active on social media. Did you find a St. Louis Italian restaurant in the Hill? Did you go?
I did, and it was fantastic. It was one of the best Italian restaurants. I think is it Capelli or Capello? It's Capello. That's what it was. I went there last night with some friends, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I'm Italian. I'm from New England, Boston, New York, Rhode Island, and it was as good Italian food as I've ever had. So, yeah, no, social media is really turned up. I give my PR guy, Joey Little, a lot of credit. He's been working with me on it. He comes with a wealth of experience. We've gone from like no views to millions of views now every 30 days. So it's what the fans want. It's how we're going to engage better with them. And I think we're just getting warmed up with it. So stay tuned. But the food's good here in St. Louis.
Perfect way to end it. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, no, that was a